G'day everyone, hope you're well. Just a little bench update. What's been going on, what's happening? You say, what kind of aircraft is that? Yes, I'm scratching some itches I have. Last year I showed my stash, you would have seen I had a heap of naval vessels. That interests me as well, as does armour. And I'm always saying, I'm going to do this, but then I kick back into another aircraft kit. So I'm making myself do something different. It challenges yourself to go out of your comfort zone and try a different subject matter and just different techniques. And even though what I bring to this, which is, what it actually is the Lord Clive. So it's a World War One monitor class ship. Just these things fascinate me from this era. They're weird looking, which is I'm a fan of weird stuff. The hull is just bizarre. So I've just been working on this morning, just a bit of start on it. It's quite simple. I'll be doing it in a water base. To me, ships should be in the water. So when I do ships, which isn't very often, I put them in a ocean base, so they're in their environment. So I don't need to put in the propellers or anything, and I don't need to clean up that huge seam joint. And this should do my head in as well, because it's got photo etch railings that come with the kit, which is a nice touch and gives it that visual upgrade. I know ships are like aircraft. You go down a rabbit hole with them, you can spend more than the kit's worth buying aftermarket. So I'm going to work on this for a bit before I start another aircraft. I'm not sure yet what that will be, whether it'll be a multi-part video or just a single part video like the A4 Aggressor I did. I haven't picked a kit yet. I'm sort of just decompressing from that F117, which I'm glad to see the back end of. That thing's bloody... I like the kit. Like I said, it's good kit. There's no big fuselage seam to clean up on it or anything like that. It's just so awkward and heavy because of all that nose weight. But it looks, I'm looking at it now, sitting on I need to find something to cover it up, but it looks quite impressive. It's huge. So while I was doing the F117, I stopped for a couple of days and did a 2-day build of this. This is the so these are for your 1 to 200, so they're 1 to 200 scale. So they're for your model aircraft carriers. But I thought I'm just going to buy a box of them. So it's the Devastators, TBD1, I think. And I just paint them up. There's no interior detail, so the canopies I've painted them black, but just something I wanted to try and do. Quite happy with how it turned out. It's reasonable for what I've done. It's a reasonable scale to display it. Like if you did that with 1/72, that all of a sudden that's going to be blow right out. And I just found a sky backdrop and printed it and put it in there and made up the frame. So I was that was on my bit of a, not a bucket list, but something I want to do. I've done that. I've scratched that one. And yesterday I thought I'm going to build a car, and I built a car and it only took 7 hours, which surprised me. This is my second car. Again, it's not brilliant, but I'm happy with it because, like I said, it's only the second car I've done. I don't do gloss work because I do military aircraft, and that's the biggest challenge when you're doing something different like this. I'm happy with what I got, but it's nowhere near the quality of what guys who build cars all the time do. It's a big learning curve going from military schemes to a civil one colour with chrome and gloss. So it's a 1/32 scale, and it's LS models. I've never heard of them, and it's a Hino Coupe, something I can't remember now. I don't know the box. Contessa, a Hino Contessa Coupe, and I like different stuff. So you won't see me, I'm going to do a Mustang or something. That just doesn't interest me. I like the weird things that aren't heard of very often. I like Japanese cars. They are the masters of engineering. Their cars are good. I've owned five Mitsubishis now. They're just awesome. Anyway, I digress. So that was a bit of fun, and I didn't expect it to do it in one session, but I did. So that ticked that one off for a while. Yeah, so I'm gonna last, I don't know, 3-4 months. I've got different kits in. I haven't shown them. I haven't done a review. I'm not sure about doing reviews anymore. It seems every time I do a review, someone whinges about it, so I don't know if I'll bother anymore. But I'll pause this and I'll go show you. It's a bloody mess. Big pile of boxes I've got that I've been getting in. Next year I'll need to start having a clean out of my stash. It's out of hand before, but it's out of hand more now. Yeah, so I'm going to pause this and we'll have a look at all the crap I've been getting in. Alright, I've got this huge box sitting on my floor. I think I've shown some of these kits. I did a review, I think, on the Zero in there. I got another ship that just come out from Takum. Russian destroyer, something different. Pretty simple looking kit to go together, and it's a good scale, but unfortunately, as can often be the case with Takum, they don't give you colour callouts. So I'm going to guess it, because I asked on group on Facebook and they just said pretty much that, guess it. The helicopter, I think I did a review on that, didn't I? What else I got there? Delta Dart, I did a review on. What's that one? I don't even know. I'll get to that in a minute. So I got this in the other day. I love this box art. I'm a sucker for box art. All of a sudden I've got a whole heap of mini art P47s to build. Love the weathered look of it. I got that in. Finally became available in Australia. I waited for it to come out over here because I didn't want to pay $30 postage from England. I think this one comes... You got 3 schemes. Well, I think one of them's Uruguay. And I'm probably the guy that'll do that scheme, something different, because everyone does the British one. This has just been released. I don't think it's in Australia yet. I got this one from one of the Chinese eBay stores I use frequently. They get stuff in way before anyone else, especially the Asian manufacturers. So this is it's not new tooled. I think this kit's from the 90s, I think, Academy, whereas or it might have been late 80s. I did look it up, I can't remember, but the Tamiya one I did was 78, I think, so this is later, and it has recessed panel lines, so just, this is probably one of my favourite camouflage schemes, the tricolour Israeli scheme over the grey. That one I'll probably look at what sort of aftermarket you can get for it. I did a review on that one. That was the Takum Henshaw. I got Eddard MiG-21 in there. It's got several schemes. You see my problem? I don't have a subject that I like everything. I got the 132nd P-47 there, the trumpeter one. That's the Razorback. Quite like that aircraft with the different canopy. And Mini Art have just released one, so let's see what schemes come with that. Oh, that's the other one up. That's a revisit. I built that kit when I first got back into the hobby. Quite like the aircraft. So that's that pile of crap. I'm going to go over here into my other room. You can see my great mess. So I got Academy Phantom, again a revisit. I've built this before. This is the kit that got me hooked on doing competition. It was the first entry I did to a show, and I did it in flight, and I won gold for it. Another P-47, a Hellcat, second-hand kit I picked up, weird and wonderful Laurier Newport dive bomber, French dive bomber. Is that Tamiya Tomcat I mentioned I'm going to do. I need to get some acrylic rod for the in flight, that one I'm doing. Another truck, I want to do that, but weather worn, which will be another huge challenge because, like I said, I don't do vehicles. I've got a box of aftermarket. I got 5 1/4 scale Y-wings. That's something else I'm going to do. Usually this time of year I do a sci-fi thing. I've got it all sorted while I'm doing that, a diorama. I got another P-47. Which one's that? And Hellcat. I got a 1/350 scale Wildcats. I was going to do something similar like I'll just show you with the other one. That Tomcat I picked up at QMHE for $60. Picked this one up off Chris Becker from Becker's Modelling. He's on YouTube as well. He did not want it anymore, so I took it off his hands. 1/32 Tamiya Mosquito. Apparently it's the duck's nuts and you don't need to add anything to it. What else we got there? We got the Airfix Sea King second-hand kit. Again, I watched a war documentary and saw this aircraft and thought, I need that. The Kamov KA-29. I think I got that one 20% off on Fleabay. Second-hand MiG in there. What else we got down there? The Jag. Second-hand P-47 in there. So you can see just what I got in the last 3 or 4 months. It'll take me the rest of my life to build. And I got my display cabinet back in there, which is getting bare because I sold most of the entries I did for QMHE and they're packed up. These are the ones I'm keeping. This is the one for next year. Little egg planes. The shelf is covered in dust. The Huey 3D print there, and the 1/700 ships I've done. So you can see I do ocean bases. It looks better. Alright, now I'm going to pause and go back to my... So there you go, this is my mess I need to sort out. Like I said, I need to start having a cull of my stash because it's seriously out of hand, like most of us probably. Oh, I think I showed them. I did those, I think, around Christmas last year or the end of last year or beginning of the year. I don't remember. I did the TIE fighters, the Bandai TIE fighters. I did the 2 bases with them, like the Death Star tiles. They will be, I wrote an article for them for magazine, and they will be in fine scale modeler in January issue, I think they told me. So if you get that magazine, you'll see my little TIE fighters, which is something I may pursue again in the future, is do another magazine article or to submit. You're not guaranteed it's going to be in, but I might do that. It's something different. That's a lot of work too, because it's more work than sitting here and yakking on. You got to have a nice white background and take pictures and of steps and write up what you're doing and what's going on. I used to do it heaps years ago, but I don't know. I get bored too easy and I'm always trying different stuff. Anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on. Like I said, I don't know what my next aircraft will be. To be honest, I'm a bit over it at the moment. But I seem to be still picking up subscribers, so I said if I hit 3,000 by Christmas, I think I'm well on track to that. I'd keep going, so see how I go. Anyway, there you go. That's what's been going on. It's going to be another stinking hot day here. We've been getting really bad storms, so I'll do a bit more modelling before I have to pack it in for the day. Thanks for watching.